Google parent Alphabet. This morning, the company announced it's cutting 12,000 job shares.
Microsoft is laying off hundreds more local employees.
Employees at tech giants like Amazon, Meta, and Spotify face mass layoffs. While in just the first month of 2023, more than 68,000 were laid off.
What can we all learn from this round of bloodbath out there? How can we truly be recession-proof? Hello, this is Angie. Welcome back to the channel. It has definitely been an interesting year for the tech, consulting, banking sectors out there, and has definitely been worrisome, a little scary year for the rest of us. It's definitely not fun to be impacted by the waves of layoffs out there. Even if you are safe now, you still feel that teeny tiny bit of insecurity in the back of your mind. When is it gonna be my turn? So, the fact that we all know is that economy is cyclical. It has been this way and it will be this way. It has its ups and downs. Now we're in a classic downturn. Part of the cycle is beautiful because you know that the economy is gonna go up again and there is life and hope at the end of the tunnel. It also kind of sucks because you also know that the downturns are always coming and you never know, you can never predict when you are going to be severely impacted by this. If it's not in this run, maybe the next one or the one after. So in this video, I want to talk about all the practical things that we could do to be ultimately recession-proof. And I'll break it down in 3 buckets for you. Bucket number 1, money. This is the most straightforward part of the bucket. It's taboo to kind of talk about money sometimes, but we all know that it's extremely necessary to talk about money, especially you want it to be recession-proof. Obviously, our life doesn't always evolve around money, but we do need money to live our day-to-day life. So the number 1 priority that I think, and also agreed by a lot of other people, is to have enough money in a recession, especially if you think your job is going to be impacted by the recession. There are probably about 2 ways to do it. So first of all, you have to build enough savings. What is saving ultimately? By one of my favorite author, Morgan Housel, in his book, Psychology of Money, saving is the gap between your ego and your income. In this materialistic world, it is so easy to spend money. Companies everywhere are trying to entice you to purchase stuff through media platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, even YouTube. You've worked really hard. Now it's time to splurge. If you want to make it, you gotta look the part as well, which means expensive watch or fancy car. So the trick here, the key here is really to control your spending, control your ego. The general rule of thumb is that you should have about 3 to 6 months of your general average cost of living saved in your bank account or in some sort of liquid format. So do a little calculations now if you have about 10 minutes. What is your per month average living expenses from things like rent, food, utilities, stuff like that, and times it by 3 to 6. And that is the amount of money that you should save in a liquid format. And what is a liquid format? It can be cash in a bank account, it can be low risk investments such as GIC, or one of those robo-advisor portfolios, such as Wealthsimple. Shameless plug for my company. And if you don't have that amount, I would make a plan, see where you can cut, and start saving today. It's never too late. And a little side note, this can also be your fuck you money.
I worked a lot in order to just have money. It's called fuck you money. And if you have it, you can sell, and something's not working out, they say you have to take this job, otherwise you're fired, and you're like, fuck you.
So yeah, money buys freedom, it's true. And the second piece is develop a side income when you feel that your primary income could be impacted someday. There is a reason why I started my YouTube channel, and one of the goals is to generate some side income. I know for me, it's a long game, it is not easy. It is small right now and it'll probably take a lot of time to slowly build it up, but the goal is over time it should increase. These days, there are plenty of people who have their own side hustles. With all the platforms or the tech support, it's pretty easy to get started, but I'll be lying if I say it is really easy to build side income. No, making money is never that easy. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort and determination to eventually make it, but then that's the power over time, right? You can slowly build it and eventually you'll be able to have a sizable side income. So what is your side income? What could be your side hustle? It could be content creation like mine. You can do YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or you can do a podcast, or you can start a newsletter. Really depends on what you feel comfortable with. Or it could also be a consulting gig where you have the expertise to share, or it could also be an online course if you think you have a special skill that you can teach others. There are definitely tons of possibilities out there, and generally with this type of side hustle, you don't really need a ton of investing capital to start off. I recently read this book called The $100 Startup. The core idea of this book is that pretty much anyone can build a successful side hustle or business from $100. In this book, the author identified about 1,500 individuals who were able to build a successful business earning about $50,000 or more, all by people with no special skills discovered aspects of their personal passion that could be monetized. So if you're interested, definitely give it a read and see if it inspired any new ideas. All right, bucket 2, mental sanity. After you've taken care of your basic living necessity, let's talk about your mental health. Let's be honest, it sucks to be in a recession. You're either worried about your job security constantly, or you're actually being laid off and or having trouble finding a new job. A lot of people can take it personally, think it's a confidence blow, start doubting their abilities, especially when it's coupled with rejections of new job application, and at the same time are bombarded by the news of how bad it is out there. This is how you lose your mental sanity. So what should you do? How can you keep yourself mentally sane during this tough period of time? First of all, change your mindset. Remember, at the end of the day, it is just a job. It is temporary. You're not going to be defined by your job. There are plenty of other things that are out there that you can do or try, and probably it's just a matter of time because, as I mentioned previously, the economy is cyclical. There will be ups and downs. You're just in a downturn so that you will be ready when the general situation improves again. Second, pick a hobby. Spend time doing or exploring the things that I've always wanted to do but never had the time to do. It will make your life more fulfilled and you will feel happier. 3, relax and recharge. I know on a day-to-day basis, when you have a full-time job and a lot of the other responsibilities, people are generally always very intense and there is very little time to really spend on yourself. So why don't you take this opportunity to go relax and recharge, either by traveling, reading, do some meditation, whatever it is that you can do to calm your mind. So now, the last bucket, bucket 3. So we have enough money to live for 3 to 6 months. We were able to keep us mentally happy. And the last bucket is that you need to spend the time and build the weapon. So when you're ready to look for a job again, or when the general environment have improved, you will need those to find your next job or for a next venture. First of all, document your wins starting now. Whether you're impacted or you're not impacted, it is always a good idea to start document the achievements that you have accomplished at work. So what are the things that you could do? Take screenshots of compliments received from colleagues or managers. Record impact you've had when leading projects, whether it's revenue increases, profitability boost, new feature releases, client growth. And put them all together in a document that you would have access to at all times. Just call it my wins document. It can be a confidence boost on a low day. It can also help you draft your resume or update your LinkedIn. Oftentimes when it's time to update our resume or our LinkedIn profile, we struggle to find quantifiable numbers, right, that would be able to define our impact. Well, if you have a wins document that's right there and then, it is so easy to just take the numbers, take some ideas, take the main achievements from your wins document and put it right there. It will save you tons of time and brain energy. Second, cultivate and leverage your network. The easiest way to get a job is through connections, which means maintain and leverage a community or connection is extremely important, and it is a long game. Do you have any advocates? Do you have any mentors and sponsors who would also be willing to give you recommendations, make introductions? These are really important people that you should keep a list of, maintain regular communications with. And also, don't be ashamed to announce it on LinkedIn. It is quite common that people do it these days, and this is really the power of, those social platforms these days. Announce on LinkedIn, change your status to open for jobs. And someone out there, maybe either your second or third connections, will probably see it, and maybe they've been eyeing you for a while. So this is a good opportunity to really make yourself being seen and announce to the world that you're ready for new opportunities. If you are a bit shy, if you don't think you have known a lot of people or really established that mentor-sponsor relationships with anyone yet, it is time to get started now. There are a lot of great community networks that are out there that helps people to build a very strong community. Just to name a few that I am personally part of that I really love. There's Lenny's newsletter, which is a community for global product managers. There's also the Commons for generally people who are in tech or are interested in switching to tech. And again, a lot of those communities, online communities, they will have offline gatherings, and that is your perfect opportunity to go and meet someone. And the third point here is upskill and learn. I am always of the belief that my capabilities, my skills are the most important assets that I hold. That something that nothing, absolutely nothing can take it away from me. So whether you are impacted or you're worried about your job security, the best thing to do is to always keep investing in yourself and learn new skills. It will help you feel more fulfilled, and it will also help improve your competitiveness in the job market. All right, this is it for today. If you like this video, you should definitely check out my other video where I talked about when it comes to looking job opportunities, what are the things you should keep in mind to minimize the risk of actually being impacted in a recession. Until next time, bye!